So we will go into detail on, let's just call it intention of every step of the process, right? So I first want to look at it like it is a staircase. So I have to follow the stairs to get to the next level, right? So that's the process. It's a staircase, okay? So we know that we have to lift one leg at a time to go up to the next step. We didn't know that. I feel like we have a lot more accidents from people tripping on stairs or falling downstairs. It's kind of an extreme analogy, but if you knew more, I feel like you're going to do more. If you knew better, you would do better. So let's go into detail and the mindset of every step of the process. Because again, like I just said, knowing that will lead you into the create space and take you out of the confused state, right? Because we're so cluttered with, what do I say next? So let's open it up to different scenarios. I want you guys to give me scenarios, okay? And I want to let you know how I would create what any service or just how this online space will help their situation. Okay. And does that make sense, or are you guys still confused about that? That makes sense? Okay, good. So, and I feel like it's because I think about every conversation as an opportunity to create. The only reason we ain't doing business together is because the solution has not been found yet. And the way has not been found yet. I will literally create a scenario like I was literally just talking to Drew about just creating a new opportunity. And look, I love how you love to create, but you'll get there, but I'm always trying to create because I look at every situation as an opportunity to create. All right. Now I want us to get to that point in a conversation because it's always somewhere a solution. I'll give you an example. We don't do this often with YouTube, but this guy bought the webinar series, paid $19.97, been unemployed for a couple months, has a health issue, really wants to go all in on this. And he had $4,000 about left to his name in savings. And he does like some side jobs for his other income. So I talked to Brandon and my VP, and I'm like, yo, so like, here's the thing. He's like, yo, so you're going to have to take 3 and then go finance the other rest with the 1,000 left. I'm like, but he doesn't have a job. I'm like, whatever. So I call him. So I talked to this guy and I'm like, dude, he really only has the $4,000 to spend. Like he just opened up and just like, so I called him back. I'm like, look, bro, so what if we did this? And again, I'm just thinking of situations to create for this person. I'm like, what if we did this? What if we take the 4, we make it 6? So he's in for 6, he's half in. But then we take we take all profit from his channel until 9K is paid back. So he owes us 3K in extra like loan fees, if you will. We got it done. The dude was so thankful. But why? Because I stayed in the create and I was able to give him what he wanted and find the solution needed that both sides can actually move forward. How often are you thinking about that, or is this just what it is? Like I love Lias. She's like, yo, if I get someone to a PIF, can I give him like $500 off? And I'm like, I love the way you're thinking. I know where you come from, but no. You got to give more value instead of lose more money. So give them an extra one-on-one or something like that, or a faster dated book or something like that, but don't just discount right away. Right? Again, the create. So let's go into the first step. What is intro? What is the mindset of the intro? Let's do this. What is the intention? How about that? What is the intention, your intention of the intro?
Set the stage, introduce yourself, set the stage.
Yeah, that's part of it. What about anyone else?
You want to build a report?
Build a rapport, yeah. Um, anyone else? Juan, what about you,
No.
bro?
Break the ice.
Break the ice. What about you, Drew? What's your intention of the intro?
The intention of the intro,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the intention of the intro would be shit. The intention of the intro
You can keep
of an appointment
question.
set
It's
or
not
a
gonna change.
close.
It's not gonna change. For a set or a close for any intro in the world.
Just to introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's
No, you're gonna collect some cash.
now we're fucking talking, all of us. Yo, what? Now we all want to know.
The intention of the intro is to I mean, can I say the intention of the conversation or is the intro?
The intention of the intro, my friend. What is your mindset going into the beginning of the phone call, the first or the demo, the first 30 seconds to a minute? What is your intention?
My intention is to build trust and
Okay.
to make sure I let their guard down in the beginning. Like, hey, it's me. I'm reaching out to you because you reached out to us. I'm seeing if you got access to that, or whatever the reason was.
Whatever the hook.
Take
That's
control.
Okay. So my intention is to appear different and sharper and more enthusiastic than any other person they met on the computer or in person. And I feel like you guys can understand that now when you see my intro. Drew, how serious is my intro? It's not.
you're never serious.
No. The biggest thing about my intro is the immediate comfort, the huge smile, the welcoming. There is no guard. They put their fucking security guard on lunch when they get on the Zoom. They don't have no type of guard when I get on the Zoom because I set the intention for myself, which is now going to give myself a different energy. So does that, I kind of seen Drew's eyes when I was explaining that a little bit. He's like, oh shit, that's different. But Drew, does that make sense now when you see my fucking intros? Like when I pop on?
For sure, because the average person is going to think that they're hopping on with a sales guy, and that's their intention is like, oh shit, I'm about to hop on with a sales dude. So you want to let their guard down, for sure.
1000%. Now, as soon as I hop on like that differently, like, oh shit, who's their mindset and their whole frame and beingness is on their back foot. Now they're discombobulated. I got them out of their automatic questionings and their automatic guard. I got them out of the normal, what they're used to, and what automatically off the rip when they see that, how much more inclined are they to finish or continue at least, or give me at least another 30 seconds? So you guys are going to see Allie. I hired Allie. Does anyone know who Allie is? Allie,
From
the
Ali from
supervisor.
Limelight.
Yeah,
accountability.
the supervisor. She hit me, and just out of the blue, and she's gonna come work with us. And she said, because I've always believed in you. You're so smart. You've cared so much about us. And how she hit me up was just to give her a video for Danica to her birthday, for her birthday. And I'm like, are you sure you sent this to the right person? I'm like, I don't work there no more. She's like, yeah, we just miss you. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I always took care of them. But it's funny. The intro that I gave Allie today, like the big, like, she commented, she's like, I watched, every time I saw you, like, you always do that. It's the same thing. And it's just like, it's funny. The intention, it's always the same, to be different to appear sharp as attack, the expert than anyone else they've ever met on a Zoom, in person, any type of sales. I'm trying to take that away. So that's my intention and my mindset going into the very beginning of the call. Now, if you ask me, I've always said this, and I feel like I always will. The most important part of the sales process is the intro. How long does it take for you to realize if you trust somebody or not?
5 seconds, 10 seconds, right off the bat.
Right? And all of a sudden, if you don't trust that man, what happens? You can get through the whole pitch, but
Yep.
you ain't buying. No matter, there's very few people that you're just gonna get the people that want the product. Let's just put it like that. You're gonna get the people that want the product. You're not gonna be a good closer. You're not gonna have a good following. People aren't gonna follow you. They're gonna buy the product, the service. But at the end of the day, if your goal is to be a leader of people and an actual sales professional and a high performer and a top 1% of all salespeople anywhere you go, you're gonna have to understand you gotta be different. You gotta stand out. You gotta have that trust in the first 5 seconds. So to me, the intro is the most important part. That's why I put so much oomph and emphasis on it. And that's why I don't put much work into my closes. All my energy is on the front of that, not the back. It's in the first two. First two. My intro and my fact find. The rest of the energy is just like, yo, it's automatic. It's the same. The pitch is the same. I'm addressing the unspoken fears the same. The close is the same. That's my spiel. So what questions you got for me? Okay, cool. How much? Now, before we get into that, are you sure? I ain't bringing up, are you ready to hear? Should I tell you? No. Because my intro was so strong, my fact finding was so deep, my trust was so high, everything else is easy. Now, I do that wholeheartedly. I believe that 100%. I'm not going to teach that to you guys, but that's just my belief. Because at the end of the day, the close is very important, right? I'm not going to teach you my belief. I'm going to teach you the right experience and what I've learned from experience and skill set. But I'm also saying, though, if you want to understand how powerful the intro is, then you should kind of believe that too and operate off of that belief. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So any questions on the intro or any additions that you think that might be kind of helpful to know or think going into the intro? No? Bobby, anything?
I have a little acronym that I use, LKTP. Like me, know me, trust me, pay me.
Okay, I like that one.
If they like you, they want to get to know you.
Yeah.
If they know you, they'll trust you, and if they trust you, they'll pay you.
Truth. Love it. Like, yeah, that's the intention of the whole fucking conversation. All right. First part is to get them to like you and trust you. So, the second step, I'm going to combine that with the third step. I'm just going to go into the fact finding. Okay. So we got intro, and then you're going to smooth yourself into the profile and the discovery. So what is the intention or mindset going into that, the fact find, this discovery?
Finding out their problem.
Gotcha. Find out their problem. What else?
Their pain. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Marlon.
Oh, go ahead. Current scene, ideal scene, and what's holding him back.
Okay. What else? Anyone else? So does anyone remember what the point of a negotiation is? To uncover as much data as possible. It's a mission, right? To uncover as much data as you can. So I don't want to just have the mindset. You guys are absolutely right. Okay. You guys are absolutely right. That is what you need to find out. But I don't want to just give you that as the intention of that step. Because sometimes you're not going to need to know all that. The people are so excited, so impulsive. You're just going to know a few things. But if your mindset is to get all that information, you're going to skip over the parts of the conversation where they say yes and they tell you to move forward without telling you to move forward. And you're just going to continue trying to fact find on those things because you have to get those things. But I want to give you this. The mindset and the intention that I go into all discovery with is to get enough information to make all this make sense that they can get out of their current scene and to their ideal scene in a faster period than anything else that they can try. I'm not trying to uncover all the information. I'm trying to uncover all needed information. Sometimes it just takes 3 questions. Sometimes it takes 30. Sometimes it takes 300 after 30 follow-ups. I had a lady today ask us 1,000,000 questions for $97. It was an hour and a half on my Zoom. I was so annoyed. I was like, lady, I got another call and I didn't, but I missed 2 of them. I'm like, lady, time, right? You gotta understand your time is valuable, right? So if you have the right intention of only asking for the right information and enough of that information to make a clear path to their goal, that's all you need. Because at the end of the day, people talk themselves out of a sale all the time. I'm like, bro, shut up. They said yes. Move on. Like I'll pass a contract over and they're giving more data and I'm itching in my skin. I'm like, bro, shut up. The more information you're giving them, the more things you're giving them to think about. Only thing we should be talking about once we get the yes is cool. Give me the next 3 months. What's it look like in your head right now? Like how successful you think you see yourself right now? Give me. How fast do you want to be a setter? How fast do you think you'll get your first channel up? What's your niche? How fast do you get your first book? Like, talk to me. What's the color? What's the name of your book? Okay. How many pages? Okay, cool. What's the name of your channel? Okay, what's the niche? Any ideas for videos? Anyone you're gonna follow in that niche? Why that niche? Why that book? Why that name? I ain't talking about the service anymore or the decision. Now I'm talking results. Your goal is to get them out of price point thinking. And like Jeremy Miner says, to results-based thinking. I like to think of it like a price versus cost mentality. Yeah, there's a price, there's a number for this, but the cost, what's the cost? Well, what's the cost if you don't do this? What's the cost of your next 12 months looking like the same? What's the cost of you potentially running into another Zoom that's another scam? All these things have a cost to them. So you got to get them out of price-based thinking. You got to get them out of cost-based thinking. Yeah, but the cost of not doing something like this? I mean, tell me, like, what's the last 5 years look like? So you think anything's going to change by doing the same thing for the next 5 years? Thinking like that is so more crucial than shit. Like, I got to spend $30,000 to before I can get a job. It's like, you missing it, bro. You thinking about the money and what it's going, you ain't thinking about the skill set, what it can create you, what the network, with the connections, with the community, all this, what it can do. Because at the end of the day, you're going to spend that money on something. Gas, soda, coffee, chips, dates, shoes, clothes, plane tickets, gas. So expensive. Rent, baby clothes, like dog food, like you fucking name it. And if you need to, do math for them. But uncover the right amount of information so you don't overtalk yourself of a sale. Because that's kind of an issue. Identify buying signs, identify buying questions. Identify buying, like, moving on cues. Identify when you need to take more control. Because sometimes people just need to be pushed to the next phase. Like, you're just asking too many questions. Stop it. Sometimes people need to be told that shit. You're thinking too much. And it's also because you're giving them too much information. Same thing when you receive too much information. All right? So get the right amount of information, enough of the right amount of information to get them to a clear path to their goals using the service, product, whatever. Does that make sense? My intention. Any questions on that? Okay. Now, the next one, we'll just call it the features and benefits, the presentation, the demo, the chunk of it, if you will. Okay. Bobby, what is your intention going into, like, the demo part of it, the features and benefits of the product and service?
My intention is to show them what it does, how it helps them in the shortest amount of time I can do it, so it doesn't cloud any judgment or things like that, or don't leave room for questions.
Okay.
I'm a sniper.
Love that shit. Bobby the Sniper. He almost looks like American Sniper.
It's all
Right?
about precision.
Doesn't he look like the American Sniper guy? Right? No? Yeah? Okay. Maybe it's just a Southern thing. I don't know. Anyway. So Drew, what about you, bro? What's your intention?
Kind of looks like you, to be honest.
Maybe. Good
No, I'm
looking
just kidding.
man. That's-
What were
He's a
you?
good-looking guy.
What was your?
Huh? I said, what is your intention?
What's the question again? My intention for
Going into the demo, features, benefits part of it, the presentation.
my intention is to swipe their credit card.
Oh, man, we're gonna change lives.
No, I'm just kidding.
it.
Yeah, my intention is to see how I can help them, see if they even qualify for what we have to offer, if they can afford it. Yeah, my intention is to help them as much as possible.
All right. Marlon, how about you, bro? What's the intention of the features and benefits, my friend?
People remember more of what they see than what they hear. So we start off with the big domino to catch their attention. Once we grab their attention with the big domino, we're going to show them precisely what happens when you enroll with us and the role that you're going to take on and how is it going to take you from where you're at to where you would like to be.
Right, yeah, 1000%. My intention, I will tell you this, so my intention is to address every unspoken fear in this presentation. My goal is to not have one rebuttal at the end of it. So I have to go in with the right mindset, the right intention, right? So now I have to know what those unspoken common fears are of the digital world. That's it. The digital world. That's all. That's all. It's not for YouTube. It's not for KDP. It's not for high ticket. It's not for, literally, it's just for the Zoom calls. Everyone has the same fears. Am I right? When it comes to these Zoom calls, if you did Amazon KDP, if you did Amazon FBA, if you did Shopify, if you did Dripify, if you did all these FIs, and you signed up for high ticket, every Zoom call you had what? A fear of no return on your investment, a fear of no support, a fear of it's a scam, a fear of, come on, give me more. Carry on. I'm on a roll, but carry on with me. Marlon,
Fear of being lied to.
fear of being lied to. Okay, yeah, perfect. What else, Marlon?
Some people fear that they
Reality.
can't do this.
Can't,
Yeah,
not
reality.
do it.
Not being.
Okay, so how do we address those? Well, shit. A, it's by stories, but B, it's by knowing everyone and making sure you hit it in that presentation. For instance, I always had the same fucking thing. When it talks about community and support, at the end of my presentation, I always went like this. Yeah, you're going to get a supervisor. You're going to get a drill coach. And more importantly, you're going to get a mentor, a 6-figure earner. They have to qualify to be a mentor. It'll probably be me. To be honest with you, you can see the belt, right? Not always, right? Cool. But here's what's cool, man. Check my phone out. You see all the ones with the rocket ship? And legit, I say that just like this close and everything. See all the ones with the rocket ship? Those are my students or my juniors, okay? So you can see we're always talking. You ain't left behind, right? And I'd address it in another way. Yeah, so like, I get it. I know all these, you've probably been on another Zoom call where they had no support. Like, Cole Gordon's course. Just kidding. But you've probably been somewhere, no support, you pay some money, right? Scam. Oh my God. Same thing, same story with a scam. I get it. You've been scammed before. You ever been in a relationship where it just didn't work out? Or they cheated on you? I have. Hurts. But you know what's cool? I'm in another relationship. It's better because I knew what to look for. I knew what to ask. It's kind of just like this. Like, yeah, I've been scammed. But now you kind of know what to look for, to know what's real. I'm relating. And I'm relating it to where it's such a silly thing, a common thing. In their mind, now they're feeling as if, damn, I was in a bad relationship once. That makes sense. But I minimize it being a scam by relating it to, yeah, we're all in a relationship that didn't work out. I get it. Or you tell them a relatable story. Yeah, I was scammed. I was scammed in a house. I walked in the house. I gave him $100 for the application fee. 2 hours later, he told me I was approved. He said, "Are you going to Zelle me the deposit, $2,000? I said, bro, you're going to come to the house and give me the key? Like, what? Turns out I never heard from him again. It was a scam. I have an apartment now. Had I stopped living my life because something happened to me because I was scammed, I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today. And that's the message I'm giving by relating to them. So stories, right? I'm addressing through stories, but you have to know what they are. Think about a story that you can relate it to. Figure out a part in the pitch that you can now bring that up. When I did it when I was at Mike's, it was literally the demo was the roadmap, and it was the first box of onboarding. Just went over those 4 points, and I stopped sharing the screen. And we just talked. Because in those 4 points was literally every story I needed to tell to address your fear without you telling me what your fear is. Now, if you do that and someone feels like you just told me everything that I had in my head that I was nervous about and you made me feel very comfortable, at what point are they going to think that this is not going to work out? They're going to think you're a psychic. You think you're the fucking Jedi. Everyone has the same fears, bro. Figure them out. And I just told you half of them. I literally have a training breaking it down how to address every one. There's only 5. There's 5 top common fears. You address those. I can promise you the end of your thing will just be figuring out money. Okay, but you got to figure it out and do it with the right tone. Genuineness, like you got to be real with it. You got to have facial expressions to match it all. You got to have control to carry it moving, certainty. Right? So it's not just about saying it though. It's literally about knowing it. Because that's that energy. You know when someone's a parrot, they're just saying some stuff. We had a lady today, me and Drew, about YouTube. And she's like, you guys are just so confident. I'm like, confident? YouTube paid out $180 billion to the creators last year. Why wouldn't I be confident? There ain't no way this don't work. It don't work if you don't work. You nervous about working or what? But again, just there, did you see how like I would take her fear of like it not working for her and I just minimized it. And I basically just tossed it out by saying, by my reaction, by my facial expression, by my emphasis of $180 billion. And then by saying it don't work if you don't work. And then by me questioning her, are you trusting your work ethic? Now she's thinking if she's questioning her work ethic. Another way to get them off of price I didn't guarantee a goddamn thing. But I was just so certain, so confident in my tone, in myself, in my words, in the product, that it came across like that. Does that make sense though? Any questions on that part? I feel like that's it's a crucial part, but it's very fast. Features and benefits, the demo, I could literally do my demo in 6 minutes. The bulk of it is the front end. I'm trying to find out the facts. How can I relate this to them and their goals? Right. And then the test close, right? Like at the end of it, I promise you, there shouldn't have to be this battle. There shouldn't. And I feel like there's just this whole connotation, outlook, and perception of what closing really is. And I'll be the first to tell you, I suck at sales. If you ask me to close something and try to force it, and I'm not good at it. I don't like Lias. The first time I talked to you, what did I do? The very first time. Try to get you on an 8-week mentorship. You said what? You don't want to spend any more money. What did I say? Okay. Have a good day. Talk to you later. I called them Monday. Monday, I happened to feel like having more of a conversation and making things clear a little bit. But I'm not really good at trying to force people. Like okay, let me know. But what I really am good at is understanding what your fear is and making it make sense that it's just a normal thing. And then if you don't change your mind or mindset, the same shit will happen. That's to me, that's what closing is. Fuck what we're selling. I sold makeup. Made $1 million. Sold makeup. $20 for a bag of makeup. You gotta sell a lot of fucking makeup. I have a lot of friends that guy friends that sold makeup with me. I don't care what I sell. Because at the end of the day, it's the sales, the skill, the communication that's going to make me free. It's not the product. At the end of the day, some of you guys bought some shit from me that I didn't have anything to sell yet. Lias, Samantha, you're laughing because there's truth to every joke. Like legit, you guys are in the process of building it with me, right? But you just have that much trust because I have that much trust and belief. It's about people's goals and how you can help them get there. Okay. Now, whether that be with your actual valuable information, whether that be with your guidance, whether that be with your amazing appointment setting skills, whether that be with your amazing closing skills, your amazing DMing, at the end of the day, you're part of that person's life changing. Play your role. Take that person and understand that you're a part of their development just as much as they're a part of yours. It's not the dollar value that you should be looking at. Because I'll tell you, every no you get now is going to be worth more to every yes you get later. Because every no is teaching you something so strong. Every easy yes right now gives me confidence for you guys. But every no helps you increase those yeses. It's just, it's easy leads to hard. Hard leads to easy. That's simple. The no's now, a bunch of them now, will only make you better. Right? So the hard, taking all the no's now, dealing with it on the chin, only makes you better later. The easy stuff, getting all the yeses now, they're only going to soften you later when you start to get all those no's and you get that downfall. It's never the money. It's the skill set on how to effectively communicate and get your point across to any individual in any scenario about anything. Because that is how you become successful and in any industry, in any asset of your life. Relationships, marriage, kids, it doesn't, business, it does, opening a business, being an employee, it doesn't matter. My whole thing and my whole was to develop my approach. Everyone said my approach was always bad. I come off hot and heavy, emotional, dickheadish. Like the big word for Andrew was asshole. It's like a trigger word for me. Right? It's because I've been working on it, Bobby. Thank you. But like, and that was my biggest thing, is just I don't want to leave that imprint of my name in anyone's head. Now, I don't care what they think about me, but my objective in life, or every day, I should say, is the way I deal with people is the way that people are going to deal with me. I live by the golden rule. I literally treat everybody the way I want to be treated. There's times I snapped and fucking yelled at people. A part of me was giving that off because I deserved to be snapped at and yelled at. Now, I find myself really just wanting the best I want more for people than I want for myself sometimes. And I can say that because if you look at Drew right now, Drew's got the most people out of my whole network working for him. Has the most success, even more than working for me. But I put more for more people than I do for me most of the time. But I understand that if you do more now than you get paid for, eventually you will get paid for more than what you do. Jim Rohn. So live by the terms service first. And that would be my mindset going into the test close or close. I would just say close. I wouldn't even say test close. I would just go close. My mindset going into the close is service first. I want to lead with what is best for them. Marlon's a perfect example. I love bringing Marlon up. But every time we had a payment plan, it was what's best for him. Right? It was what's best for you. Every time he's like, yo, bro, like I could do 3 right now. We'll work off the other 7 some other time. All right, no worries. Whatever it is, bro. We got you. But Marlon, what always happened?
10 days later, you ask for the whole thing.
10 days later, not even. I probably asked for like $1,000 the next 2 days or some shit. But the idea is, and here's the idea, it's to give him what he wants until he understands the information. There's times when me and Lavish will go back and forth. Hey, Lavish, call this person, try to upsell. Hey, not yet, man. Give him like a week or 2 to understand the information. Right? There's times when people just need to look, I'll do this. Hey, look, pay $500. Just get in 30 days we'll come back. And if it's something you like, we'll take care of the other 45. Right? Because I understand that there's stages to it, but I'm trying to give them what they want, because at the end of the day, it could be legit business. I told Casey that he just wanted people that had $200,000 collected in high ticket sales. I'm like, bro, you would have missed out on me. I collected millions of dollars selling $20 bags of makeup. I wouldn't have qualified for you because I did not have high ticket sales. And he's like, oh shit, that makes sense. So you got to think, not now, but later. I give a lot of this shit for free for people. Like Shauna, she didn't pay me a damn dime. She's not here no more, but she didn't pay me a damn dime. I placed her first. But what I got from her was the launch of my confidence into this business. Sometimes it's not about the money or the dollar sign. Sometimes it's about the lesson later, the connection later, the connection now. Drew has learned the most from me. Drew has spent the most time with me. I made the least amount of money off of Drew. But I'm going to go the furthest with Drew. And we're going to make the most amount of money together. Because sometimes it's not about the dollar sign with people. It's about what you can really do in that relationship. What you can really do, what role can you really play in their life? And I think so many of us get so caught up in this money game. Like, I live my life on the edge, to be real with you guys. Like, yeah, I got savings and stuff like that, but like I don't ever act like it. Like I don't ever touch it, nothing like that. Like this last month, my up until this morning because I got paid late, but I didn't have my. I was like, Victoria, what the fuck is happening? Where's my money? Like, but that's how I live because I'm not living for today. I live for tomorrow. I'm trying to think 5 years ahead. I'm in a conversation. I'm 4 steps ahead of this conversation. I'm in a conversation with a prospect. I'm 4 steps ahead of that man. I'm asking questions I already know the answer to 3 questions after I ask this question. Just to set myself up for the final question. Kind of like what I did with Juan the other day. You guys saw that when I asked him his ultimate goal. And why isn't he doing all that shit now? But he fucking fell right into it. 4 steps ahead. That's how you have to be. But you have to be that way with their service and success. You got to be 4 steps ahead of their success and see their journey and then paint that journey as clear as day to them. The more right you are, the more exact you are, the more confidence they're going to have. The more confidence they have in you, guess what? They won't give you your money. Not only are they going to give you your money, but they're going to follow you. At the end of the day, when they follow you, it's really just building a book of business and you're becoming a leader, which means you're just becoming a better individual. Now, it's kind of a lot for the close, but anyone have any questions on the intention of the close? Do you feel like
No.
that changes things a little bit for you guys going into at least your next call or demo?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what would you say specifically?
Just focusing on them, right? It's all about making sure that this is what they want, and you're gonna make a difference for them. You're gonna change their lives by being, pointing them in the right direction in a sense.
Yeah, 1000%. Anyone else?
The concept of addressing the unspoken fears.
Have you watched any of the videos and have you watched? Were you not there for that one?
Yeah, I remember it. That's really important. I remember that one. Yeah.
That to me is what I'll tell you right now. Let me stop. We'll see you on the next training.